You are now tuned into the Cut Game radio show hosted by Groom City.
It's the Cut Game radio show. We let them know we stay true
To the Cut Game.
Yeah, that's how.
Hey, what's going on? This Groom City, and you now tuned in to the Cut Game radio show. And in this particular part of the show, we like to refer to it as Groom City's Top 5s. And today, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 favorite clippers to use. But before I get into my top 5 favorite clippers, let me just shout out any and everybody out there that's been tuning in to the Cut Game radio show and checking us out on our YouTube channel. I just want to salute you. Now, it's so many dope clippers out there, so many amazing clippers, and I'm a fan of it all. You know, I even got a vintage clipper collection, you know, that one day I'm going to share on the Cut Game Radio Show YouTube channel. But throughout my 17 years as a professional barber, I have what I like to refer to as a graveyard. You know, every time I replace a clipper or a trimmer, it ends up going into my graveyard. So throughout those 17 years, I got probably 40, 50 pair of clippers in my graveyard. You know, I got Ulster 76ers, Power Lines, 111s. I got Wall Seniors, Wall 5-star Seniors, probably a half a dozen of Andes Masters, probably half a dozen of Ulster Fast Feeds. You know, I got so many clippers in my graveyard, and I even like to try out the new clippers, you know, especially now that they cordless, you know, so I done tried out. I've tried every clipper, you know, and especially during a few years when I was doing a lot of barber battles and winning barber battles, you know, besides trophies, you know, they like to give you the newest set of clippers, you know, so I got so many clippers from the battles that I've done and got an opportunity to check out some of the newest and latest hot clippers. But throughout all that experience, I still narrow everything down to my 5 favorite clippers. So today I'm going to be sharing with y'all my top 5 favorite clippers I like to use. Now, the 5th clipper that I like to use is actually a trimmer, and that's the Andes T-Outliners. In my collection, you know, I got Ulster T-Finishers, Wall Heroes, Wall Detailers, even those old school Andes T-Edgers. But there's no clipper company out there, even Andes, that has created a trimmer that can outperform the Andes T-Outliner, especially when you modify by skeletonizing the body of the clipper and, you know, maybe filing down the blade so it's a little thinner. But for the most part, even if you just leave them stock, there is no trimmer on the market. I think this clipper been around like 70 years, and there's still no trimmer on the market that can outperform Andes T-Outliner. When I'm doing hotel calls and different house calls, you know, I do bring the Andes Slimline Pro Li. But I also bring my Andes T-Outliner too, because if I'm near a wall socket, I prefer to use the Andes T-Outliners, period, for finishing my work. So my 5th favorite clipper I like to use is the Andes T-Outliners. Now, the 4th favorite clipper that I like to use is an Ulster Fast Feed. Now, this clipper is a pivot motor clipper, so it seems like it's running a little slower than your magnetic clippers, but it's powerful. You know, it go through any hair, coarse, straight. I just love the way this clipper cuts. And once I figured out how to zero gap the fast feed, that just took it up a whole nother notch. So the way I zero gap my Ulster Fast Feed is I took the cutting blade off my Ulster 1.5 blade and I replaced the cutting blade on the Fast Feed with that blade. And since that cutting blade is a little larger, it enabled me to zero gap the Ulster Fast Feed. Once I zero gap, I do ball fades with it. I do any type of fade with my Ulster Fast Feed. And throughout all these years, you know, I started using this clipper in 1999, and here it is 2017, and this is still one of my favorite clippers and one of my go-to clippers. So my 4th favorite clipper that I like to use is an Ulster Fast Feed. Now, that brings us to number 3. And my 3rd favorite clipper that I like to use is a Wall 5-star Senior. Now, back in 99 when I started my barber career as a professional, I was using the Andes Master, and dope clipper, amazing clipper. You know, it is a little heavy, it does run a little hot, and it doesn't really have the ergonomics, but it's so popular, you know, and it's had the little notches, and I was really using those notches when I was using the lever to adjust the blade. But around 21, I got the hang of everything, and I just, you know, it was the weight of the clipper just was bugging me. So I transitioned to a Wall 5-star Senior. Now, that Wall 5-star Senior, a lot lighter. Ergonomics just fit in my hand like a glove. Once I zero gapped it, it just seemed like my fades just went to a whole nother level. It stayed cooler, and it's just amazing clipper. I love the clipper. It's an affordable clipper. I keep 2-3 pairs on me, and whenever I'm stationary at the shop, that is my go-to clipper. So my third favorite clipper that I like to use is a Wall 5-star Senior. Now, my second favorite clipper that I like to use is a Wall cordless magic clip. Now, since my Wall 5-star Senior is my favorite clipper, when I'm stationary at the shop, lately, my career been changing. I've been doing a lot of house calls, a lot of hotel calls, working in movie trailers and different set. I don't like to be confined by a cord. I don't like that restriction. I don't like it gets in the way, and I don't like that I have to be positioned near a electrical socket. I just like the freedom of being cordless. So naturally, I'm gonna transition to the Wall cordless magic clip. It's a lot lighter than a Wall 5-star Senior, and to me, it's more powerful. The charge, I've been getting consistently about 45 minutes per charge, but I have 2 of them, so when one's plugged up, I'm using one and alternate between the 2. But the Wall cordless magic clip is an amazing clipper. Since I use the Wall 5-star Senior, it's a perfect fit, and it's affordable. I think I paid $60 some odd for the clipper. So my second favorite clipper that I like to use is a Wall cordless magic clip. Now, that brings us to number 1, and my top favorite clipper that I like to use is an Oster Octane. Now, the Oster Octane is a cordless clipper. It comes with its own docking station, and the battery is removable, but it's cordless, lithium ion. It's super light. I'm talking about feather light. It's a nice looking clipper too. The reason why I love this clipper so much is that most detachable clippers, they were always heavy and loud. One I've been using for years and love is the Oster 76. I had different versions of it, like the Power line. I also had Oster 111s, but for the most part, the Burgundy Classics Oster 76. It's just been a clipper that I've been using forever. One thing that I don't like, they're heavy, they're loud, they're cumbersome, they're is off balance, and now that we have cordless clippers, I end up winning the Andy ZR detachable clipper in a barber battle. And yeah, it wasn't corded, but I didn't like the balance of the clipper. I liked the way the clipper looked. The clipper looked amazing, but to me, it wasn't balanced. To me, it had a weird weight to it, So I ended up not using the clipper and continue using my Oster 76 clippers until I got a hold of some Oster Octane clippers. It's a rotary motor clipper, detachable, it's light, nice looking clipper, got a removable battery, got a docking station, the battery lasts forever. I'm talking about it's super light, super light, and it has the power of the Oster 76. It's just in a cordless version. So clipper's amazing, it's balanced, and it's just a dope clipper. Definitely one of my go-to clippers at the shop and also when I'm out doing house calls. So the Oster Octane is my top favorite clipper. So that concludes today's top 5. And like I said, there's so many dope clippers out there, but at the end of the day, I'm a wall head, so that's why I run with the cordless magic clip. And when it comes to a cordless detachable blade clipper, I run with the Oster Octane because I came from the Oster 76, and both of those products are just quality, and it's an easy transition for me. So this right here, this is my top 5. If you have any questions out there, anything to add, hit us on our social media, and just continue to stay on your jet fuel, continue to stay elevated, continue to stay groomed, and y'all keep tuning in. Peace.
That concludes our show. Please join us next week as we chop up game and share secrets to success on the Cut Game Radio Show.